This is the World Financial Report on Radio with Harold Siegel. My name is Randy Marshall. Joining us via the telephone, our financial and diamond expert, Harold Siegel. We're taping our show on December 22nd, 2016. The show is running on Christmas Eve on 6:30 CHED at 11 a.m. Show normally runs Sunday at 3. Obviously, we're not going to run on Christmas Day, so we are on Christmas Eve at 11 a.m. Next week, we will have our first show of 2017 at a regular time, January 1st, Sunday afternoon at 3, and this is our final show of 2016. Connect with Harold at rarecoloreddiamonds.com, rarecoloreddiamonds.com, 1-800-432-1022. We have a free weekly newsletter. If you'd like to receive our free weekly newsletter, call Harold. Get your name on the list. We send it out via email free of charge every week. It's the companion to our radio show. You're going to see the material that Harold and I are looking at on every show. You can spend minutes going through it, be completely up to date, or spend hours. It's really up to you. But you work so hard for the money that you earn. Educate yourself and obviously make that money grow for you. Our featured diamond of the week, and this is absolutely spectacular. It is a .62 carat shield cut, fancy, vivid, yellow, internally flawless. That's right, it's a shield, similar to Superman's shield. If you've never seen a shield diamond before, go to rarecoloreddiamonds.com, featured diamond of the week. And later in the show, we will talk about diamonds. We have a couple of very good articles, one from CNN, The Ultimate Luxury, Why 2016 Was the Year of the Colored Diamond. Also, diamonds are forever for China's millennials. Two outstanding stories we'll talk about in the second half of the show. Now, as we tape today's program, final show of 2016, and Harold, it was an outstanding year for those that listened to our radio show, took your advice, because you were really a contrarian. You said get into the U.S. dollar, and that turned out to be a major winner for those that did. Obviously, you have programs in place that offer people opportunities to invest with you in U.S. dollars. Those programs did exceedingly well, but I think maybe your most courageous call was on gold and silver, because at one point in time, gold and silver were running, and you came out and said, be cautious. Don't get into this market. It's going to pull back. And we had talked about the United States raising interest rates as they did this month. We saw the Canadian dollar go down, U.S. dollar go up. We've seen gold pull back in a major way, gold and silver. And it really was a very good year for your prognostications. And for those that listen to our radio show, thank you very much. We appreciate you listening so much. And we thank you for your telephone calls and good wishes this time of year. But Harold, for those that took your advice, it was an outstanding 2016, because old Nostra Harold with his crystal ball was bang on in 2016.
Well, thank you, buddy. Thank you very, very much, Randy. It's been a great year for all of us. I love doing the radio show with you. We're going on 17 years now, so obviously we take our business very, very seriously. And let's face it, with everything happening in the world today, it's extremely confusing. Interest rates are below 1%. The stock market has been extremely volatile, and 90% of people that trade stocks lose their money anyways. So it was so confusing, so volatile, so risky, so much speculation going on in the markets, and in all honesty, most people that traded this year did not do very well. We're extremely conservative. As Randy said at the beginning of the show, tend to be contrarians at times, because again, if 90% of the people that trade stocks and commodities lose their money, why in the world would we not want to be on the other side? So basically, at the beginning of 2016, gold had gone from $1,050 all the way up to $1,380. And then the market started to get very excited. Gold was running again. Silver was running. the bulls in the market were ecstatic and were predicting that gold was going to go to $2,000, $2,500. However, because we were so bullish on the U.S. dollar, we didn't see it as possible that the gold market was going to run to that level. In actual fact, we felt that the opposite was going to happen, and that gold was going to fall back down to that support level of $1,050, and that's basically exactly what did happen. The price of gold came down from $1,380 all the way down to where it is right now at pretty close to the end of the year, and the market's trading at $1,130. So those clients that took our advice and shorted gold at $1,380 at this point here has picked up $250 on the downside of gold already, which is gigantic because a lot of our clients do take our advice and do leverage the markets on their own. I don't do that for them anymore, but the fact is that I do speak to about 30 to 50 clients a week, share our information with our listeners, and that is available to anybody who listens to our show. You know, a lot of times people will call up and call my secretary and ask to speak to me and then are shocked when I get on the phone with them. This is not an ego thing. I love the listeners to our radio show and our clients, and I will do anything to help my clients make money as long as it's legal and ethical. So the fact is that we hit some major markets this year, and a lot of our clients made fortunes in the market. First of all, when gold went from $1,050 to $1,380, and they were looking for a major breakout because we're so bullish on the U.S. dollar, we put out a sell recommendation on gold, and gold dropped from $1,380 to, again, the price it's at right now, which is $1,130. Now, there is support in the market at $1,125, $1,130 in that area. Once it breaks this level, and it will break it, we're going to see the gold market break down below 11. There's heavy support at $1,075, but very heavy support at $1,050. Once it gets to that price, and I'm very positive that it will, then we'll reassess the market and see if the U.S. dollar is going to go even stronger. If it does, it's possible that gold could fall further. But we will update you as the market hits these important numbers, and then let you know exactly what to do. You know, the thing is, I've said many times on the show that we don't trade in gold and silver. We buy and hold it. But we are looking for an opportunity to buy again. And we do believe there is another massive bull market coming in gold, just not right at this time. So as long as the U.S. dollar is going to continue to strengthen, which it will, then we want to be short the gold market, and the same with silver. Silver's trading right now at $1,591, and if gold does go to $1,050, which again, I would give about a 95% probability that it would, that'll bring silver down to about the $1,450 level in that area. Then, if it breaks that, we'll reassess you on what we think the market is going to do. Again, there are certainly fundamentals in the market that could push gold and silver substantially higher, but as long as the U.S. dollar is strong, which it is, that will restrict the movements in gold and silver. Where do we see the U.S. dollar going to? We see it going to the moon. We see the highest prices coming in the U.S. dollar. So that basically means that my clients that have been in the U.S. dollar for the past 5 years will continue to do extremely well. We've been killing it in the market. All of my Canadian clients that have converted their Canadian dollars into U.S. dollars are making fortunes in the market, and I believe that will continue for quite a long time. Because as we speak, there was so much money with the elections coming up. There was so much money on the sidelines of people that sold out of stocks because they were uncertain as to what was going to happen with the stock market. So there was all this cash on the sidelines. Now that the elections are over, they're bullish on Trump, and the market's starting going up substantially. In fact, we're almost at 20,000 in the Dow as we're taping the show today. So what that basically means is that all this money came back into the marketplace, and all this money from Europe and all over the world is now coming into the United States markets. And one of the markets that will be affected in the greatest way will be the U.S. dollar. So at this point, just prior to them to the elections, the U.S. dollar was trading at 96 cents. We put out a major buy recommendation on the U.S. dollar, and as we're trading right now, it's at 103. So what that basically means is that not only have we broken above par in the U.S. dollar, but we're now pretty well even with the euro. That's going to open up unbelievable opportunities for us. So again, if you don't understand the currency markets, fortunately, I do. And again, most of the recommendations that I'm making at this point is to get into the U.S. dollar, because we're now in a massive bull market that could not only take the U.S. dollar up to 110, but it could go substantially higher than that. So what we want is to make certain that our Canadian clients are in this trade with us, because not only are we making a fortune in the U.S.-Canadian dollar spread, but on top of that, our investments are making over 25% a year. So if you're sitting in retirement savings plans, you've got to be totally disillusioned. For the last decade, nobody has made money in retirement savings plans, and they won't. You're not going to make money in that market. So basically, you need to look at other opportunities. And being the fact that we're in the alternative asset market, we're the first place that you should look. I speak to about 30 to 50 clients a week in regards to their portfolios, try to direct them in the right way, and give them information and advice as to what to do with their money moving forward. Again, one day we're going to want to retire, and in this day and age, it's almost impossible unless you're a multimillionaire. Because let's face it, with interest rates below 1% and soon going negative, and that's going to happen next year, that we will actually be in negative interest rates. That means that you're going to actually have to pay the bankers to keep your money in the bank, and the banks are not safe in the first place. So you really need to listen to me on this, because again, if you don't, you're going to find that financially you're going to go into the doldrums. And there's no reason for that, because we're in the right markets at this point. All you need to do is give me a call. And during the Christmas and Hanukkah holidays, I will be available. Even though my offices are closed, we do still take calls. So again, it's extremely important. If it's important to you, it's important to us, and we want to make certain that the listeners to our show get the right information and are in the right position at the right time. I believe 2017 is going to be the biggest money-making year for my company and my clients in any year that we've had, and we've actually had some of the biggest bull markets that my company has predicted. We predicted the largest bull market in history in gold and silver. Back in 2000, when Randy and I started doing the show together, gold was at $250. I remember on CHED and the stations that we're on all across Canada, we instructed our clients to buy physical gold at that particular point. Gold was at $250, and the U.S. dollar was just coming off a massive high. And we thought that we were going to break into a brand new bull market in gold and in silver, and that's exactly what happened. We saw the price of gold go from $250 to $1,900, the biggest bull market in history. Many of our clients made fortunes in the marketplace. Then we also saw a massive move in oil, all the way from $18 to $150. And we caught the whole move in the euro. So again, we've had tremendous movements and money-making opportunities throughout the past decade or so. However, I do believe that the best is by far yet to come. We've got opportunities, private investments in place that are based in U.S. dollars that will not only make our clients a fortune in the currency market, but also make them a fortune in our investments. So please, if you're in a situation where you're confused about what to do at this point, if you're afraid of the stock and commodity markets, and you should be, if 90% of the people that trade those markets lose their money, why in the world would you want to trade in that unless you're an expert at trading those markets? So again, I'm available throughout the holidays, but coming into 2017, I'm predicting that this will be the biggest year of profits for my clients, and I'd like all of our listeners to be involved in this move. So again, Randy, it's been a tremendous year. We've done extremely well, but the best is by far yet to come. And again, what we do here, I think better than almost anybody, is pick actual trends. We've got the trends in gold and in silver and in oil and in currencies, and we've even got them in diamonds. The blue diamond market this year was explosive. The biggest moves ever in the diamond business came from blue diamonds, and now there's a new trend happening in green diamonds. So again, we want to let you know about that also. The most important thing is to get in on the ground floor and then let the markets do their thing, and that's exactly what's going to happen in 2017.
Connect with Harold, 1-800 1-800-432-1022. 1-800-432-1022. The website is rarecoloreddiamonds.com. What we're finding lately is people who have listened to the show for 10 years phoning now and saying, Harold, I want to invest. I'm not too sure what to do. Help me. And if you're in that position where you're not too sure what to do, but you know you want to be able to retire, call Harold. He's there. He'll be happy to help you. Call is free, and everything discussed is confidential. 1-800-432-1022. The website is rarecoloreddiamonds.com. Now, in the environment that we're in, it's very hard to retire in the financial world we find ourselves in. With interest rates, as we've said on the show before, as low as they are, here in Canada, they're at a half a point. In the United States, they raised them to 0.75 last week, and they said that they plan on raising them maybe 3 more times in 2017. Still, very, very low rates. There is a thing called the Rule of 72. We've mentioned it on the show quite a few times. You divide your interest rate you're getting on your investment by 72. It will tell you how quickly your money will double. Now, at a 0.5%, I think you can do the math that pretty much you're not ever going to be retiring. Even at 1%, it's 72 years if you're in a retirement program where it's sheltered. But if you're outside an RRSP or a TFSA, then you're in a situation where you're paying tax. Plus, you have to take into account inflation. More than likely, you're in a negative position. And this is where things have become very, very difficult for the average Canadian who wants to make money but do it in a very conservative way. And Harold has programs in place where he can help you start making money immediately. Speak with him. 1-800-432-1022. The website is rarecoloreddiamonds.com, and really everyone is worried about losing their retirement money due to another financial crash. And that is more than understandable. We have gone for a long period of time on the markets without any major corrections or even a recession. With low interest rates, central banks have really manipulated stocks, bonds, and real estate to a point where they're historically overvalued and could face a major correction at any time. In particular, bonds. A lot of people believe that the bond market is a bubble that could burst as interest rates start to go up. Then you add into things, we're seeing banks over in Italy need bailouts. We talked about it on the last show. Banca Monte dei Paschi, one of the world's oldest banks, has failed to find an anchor investor for its stock sale and will probably be unable to lure sufficient demand for a €5 billion capital increase, meaning the bank is heading for nationalization. And that happened yesterday. The Italian government won support to boost public debt by €20 billion, which should come and obviously be enough to rescue Monte Paschi, but could fall short of the amount needed that would be for the entire bailout of the entire system, which is obviously a serious situation, as we talked about on the last show. Almost all the banks in Italy are in trouble and need a bailout. In fact, one of the stories that we had this week, Ukraine's largest bank was rescued by the state. Ukraine took over its largest bank on Monday in a move backed by Kiev's international donors to protect the country's financial system and accompanied by an appeal by the president for calm and assurances to depositors. In one of the biggest shakeups of the war-torn country's banking system since the Ukraine plunged into economic and political turmoil more than 2 years ago, they had to raise around $5.65 billion. And there you go, another bank that is in trouble over in Europe. Now, here in Canada, we obviously have talked about it extensively. Harold has talked about what happens if we get into a scenario where the Canadian economy takes a further hit because the Canadian dollar is going down, the oil market isn't that strong, And then we see the housing markets in Vancouver and Toronto start to roll over. We're seeing it in Vancouver because of the taxes they have in place. Toronto, not yet. They do not have any taxes in place. But there was a warning from the OECD about the housing markets in Canada, also about the banks. And one of the big things that we discovered was Bill C-15. And what does that mean for you as a Canadian investor? Speak with Harold. He'll explain it to you, explain what a bail-in is. And it's something that we've seen around the world. It's something that we don't want to be a part of as an investor. And if you need to know more, speak with Harold. It's Bill C-15 and bank bail-ins. Ask him about it. Call Harold, 1-800-432-1022. The website is rarecoloreddiamonds.com. And then we get into negative interest rates. We've seen that around the world where people are basically paying money to warehouse their money, which is absolutely absurd. For 10, 20 years at a time, people are buying negative interest bonds, which is absolutely astounding. Also, a weak Canadian dollar could get weaker. And then we've seen a lot of talk about cashless society. And over in India, basically, everyone woke up one day and they said, hey, we're taking about 80% of the cash out of the system. And the same as Venezuela. Venezuela's trying to do it as well. Or different countries where you wake up and you find out your currency is worth 50% of what it was the day before. There's lots of financial questions out there today, people looking for answers, and that's where Harold comes in. That's why we do our radio show. You can speak with Harold. He'll be happy to talk to you. The call is free. The information is free. 1-800-432-1022. The website is rarecoloreddiamonds.com. And Harold, we have about a minute left in our first segment, but let's get people set up for 2017. Don't wait another 10 years to invest.
You're right, Randy. Again, there's tremendous opportunity out there. We just need to attack it, and that's exactly what we're doing. We're very excited about 2017 because the markets are all going our way. And when the markets are going our way, we know how to make money with them. So please give me a call. I'll spend as much time with you as you need. It doesn't matter what level you're at. Most of my clients are just hardworking, everyday Canadians that just want to do better than they're doing right now. Let's face it, getting less than 1% in the bank, you'll never retire with that. And if that forces you into the stock market where 90% of the people lose their money, that's not an option either. Give us a call. We're in the alternative asset business, and we can help you not only get out of weak Canadian dollars and into U.S. dollars, but get you into programs that will make you over 25% a year. Again, 2017 is going to be an amazing year for making money.
Our featured diamond of the week is a 0.62 carat shield cut, fancy, vivid, internally flawless yellow diamond. It is stunning. If you've never seen a shield cut, go to rarecoloreddiamonds.com, featured diamond of the week. We're going to come back and talk about diamonds. As the World Financial Report on Radio with Harold Siegel and me, Randy Marshall, continues right after this. Welcome back to the World Financial Report on Radio with Harold Siegel. My name is Randy Marshall. Joining us via the telephone, our financial and diamond expert, Harold Siegel. We're taping our show on December 22nd, 2016, and our time is 9:09 Mountain. Radio show normally runs Sunday afternoon at 3. We're on Christmas Eve at 11 a.m. We want to say Merry Christmas to you, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah and Christmas on the same day this year. And this is our final show of 2016, but we will be back on Sunday, January 1st, Sunday at 3 o'clock for our first show of 2017. So keep that in mind. And remember, you can always listen to our shows anytime you want. They're archived on Harold's two websites, HESradio.com, rarecoloreddiamonds.com. We have a podcast through iTunes. Type in The World Financial Report on Radio. We're also on TuneIn. We have our own YouTube page. And 630 CHED is on Apple Music, the subscription service that Apple has. I know my sister uses Apple Music all the time. 630 CHED is on there. You can listen to us on Apple Music. We go anywhere you do. And you can always connect with Harold at 1-800-432-1022. The call is free. Anything discussed is confidential. His website is rarecoloreddiamonds.com, our featured diamond of the week. And this is a rare diamond. It's not something you see every day because of the cut. It's a .62 carat shield cut, fancy, vivid, yellow, internally flawless. And it is gorgeous. Go see it. Featured diamond of the week. It'll take just mere moments. Go to rarecoloreddiamonds.com, click on featured diamond of the week, and see this shield cut diamond. It's something that you will never believe you've seen before. It's a museum piece. It's the rarest of the rare. And Harold, for somebody, potentially, that could be a great investment piece in a portfolio of diamonds that could make them quite a little bit amount of money over the years to come, because that is such a unique piece and so rare. What a beautiful diamond that is.
It certainly is. And again, every time you look at a diamond like that, you can just get lost in the beauty of it. You know, I'm looking at the report that you found this week that's in the newsletter on diamonds that were sold in 2016. And all you have to do is look at this article and see these diamonds to understand why diamonds are such an amazing asset to own, and why they can take on a life of their own and hit prices that nobody ever dreamed possible. I say the most famous one, and again, when you see this report and look at some of the diamonds that were sold, like the Oppenheimer Blue, which is the world's largest blue diamond, is sold for $57.5 million at Christie's auction house in May, actually became the most expensive diamond ever sold. But when you see the diamond, you see the picture of it, you'll understand. Again, you know, $57.5 million for an asset. The people that spend that type of money, they don't do it just to buy jewelry. This is an investment that stays within the family forever. One of the most famous of all of them, and it's also in this article, was Shirley Temple's diamond. It's magnificent. It was a fancy deep blue. It was under 10 carats, 9.5 carats, and it belonged to Shirley Temple. And the fact is, it was purchased by her father in 1940 for just over $7,000. It actually hit the auction mark for $25 million is where this diamond sold. Now, there's no doubt that from 1940 to 2016 is 76 years. But to see an asset stay within the family and go from $7,000 to $25 million is one of the great appreciations of all time. And this is not a one-shot type of situation. It happens many, many times over. How many times I've told you about my wife's girlfriend who inherited a 5-carat pink diamond from her grandmother, who bought it 50 years ago for $50,000. Today that diamond's worth over $5 million. So, you know, the fact is that we report a lot of the time on the sensational diamonds that sell for absolute fortunes, but most people cannot afford those type of diamonds. But if you look at the same auction results, the same results to where these diamonds have sold at auction, these amazing diamonds for 25 and 50 million, most of the auctions are made up of diamonds that sell for way less than that. 50,000, 100,000, 200, 500,000, and in a lot of cases, these diamonds sell for 2 to 3 times what the experts predicted that they were going to sell for. And it's not that the experts don't know what they're doing. They do. It's just that at a time that we live in now with so much uncertainty in the financial markets and everything happening in the currency markets and what happened in Europe and the whole thing, you know, a diamond is the right asset to own because it can be sold in another currency. It's portable private wealth. And the fact is they never, ever decline in value. And that's one of the most important things to look at when you're investing. The fact is that, number one, is capital preservation. You want to invest in an asset that you're not going to lose your money in. And that is not the situation when you invest in stocks, commodities, and other assets like that. But in a rare colored diamond, it's 100%. If you buy a rare colored diamond, again, the chances are is that diamond is going to appreciate substantially over a longer period of time. The other thing about owning a rare colored diamond, it's not a short-term opportunity. It's a longer-term opportunity. You know, when we invest in retirement savings plans, in most cases, you're going to put those away for 30, 40 years. You know, when you first start in the workforce type of thing, you think it's a great way to invest and save money and not pay taxes until, you know, you've invested that money and earned a lot more. And unfortunately, that's not working out that way. So you may stay in a retirement savings plan for 30 years. And over 30 years, you're going to be shocked to find out that you're not going to make any money. So you should look at other assets that are going to give you a much better opportunity to make a lot of money, and that's certainly the rare colored diamond market. So I'd urge you to get the newsletter this week. Look at the Ultimate Luxury Why 2016 was the year of colored diamonds. It's really spectacular.
And this is an article from CNN. So we're talking about a major news source reporting on colored diamonds, which is very, very exciting. Our featured diamond of the week, and as I said earlier, take a moment. If you have never seen a shield diamond before, take a moment, go on your smartphone, your tablet, computer. RareColoredDiamonds.com is the website. Featured diamond of the week. Click on that. You'll see one of the most unique diamonds on the planet. A museum piece out of the vaults of RareColoredDiamonds.com. A .62 carat shield cut, fancy, vivid, yellow, internally flawless. This is a shield diamond, and it is so rare. There was another article that we came across this week, and it's in our free weekly newsletter. I encourage you to get our newsletter. Speak with Harold. It's absolutely free. Call him, 1-800-432-1022 or RareColoredDiamonds.com. We send it out every week prior to the radio show. You can listen to the show, go through the material that we're talking about, be on the exact same page, and see what we're reading. You can go through it in minutes or spend hours. It's really up to you. But this week we have another article beyond the CNN article, The Ultimate Luxury, Colored Diamonds. It's called Diamonds, and this is from Bloomberg, Not Marriage, Are Forever for China's Millennials. Jilly Jai was 24 years old when she got her first diamond ring, a 2.5 carat solitaire given to her by her parents. In the 3 years since, the executive assistant from Shanghai has amassed a 15-piece diamond collection, including a ring, pendant earrings, and necklaces that she bought for herself. We don't have to passively wait to be gifted a diamond by a man. The unmarried college graduate said, "Diamond jewelry is a natural way to express ourselves. It's a far better investment than most fashion items, as it won't only gain in value, but also be passed down through the generations." Financially independent, college-educated, and born in China after 1980, Jai personifies a key consumer group that the world's diamond industry is counting on for growth. So-called millennials now account for 68% of diamond jewelry sales by value in the world's most populous country, worth $6.7 billion a year, according to research by De Beers, the world's biggest diamond producer. Millennial women, defined by De Beers as those aged 18 to 34, spend about $26 billion on diamond jewelry in 2015 in the world's 4 main markets, acquiring more than any other generation. And the CEO, Bruce Cleaver of, obviously, De Beers, said, "These 220 million potential diamond consumers are still a decade away from their most affluent life stage, representing a significant opportunity for diamonds." And Harold, that's something that Bain & Company has talked about in reports on 2 separate occasions that we've offered. This diamond market, wow, when the Far East starts to dig in, and diamonds have never been a big thing over in the Far East, it's really starting to build now in India and China. When that market starts to dig in, as we hear in this story, wow, I'll tell you, the sky's the limit for the diamond market, especially when we get into the rarefied colored diamond market. It's going to be very exciting in the years ahead.
You better believe it. And again, we've got an opportunity over the next 3 years to make an awful lot of money in the pink diamond market because a phenomenon is happening. 95% of all pink diamonds, and it's a very, very small marketplace. Very seldom do you ever see a pink diamond, but they're one of the best investments you can make, and the prices could literally skyrocket for this particular reason. 95% of all pink diamonds come from one particular mine in Australia called the Argyle Mine. It's the largest producing, or it was the largest producing diamond mine in the world, producing 30 million carats of diamonds a year, and that's in the East Kimberley district of Western Australia. Now, this mine has been in operation since 1986, but most of the diamonds that it produces are not investment quality diamonds. In fact, most of them are low-grade industrial white diamonds that are used to cut other diamonds. But the phenomenal thing about the Argyle Mine is that it produces 95% of all the pink diamonds in the world. It's a phenomenon. They're known as the most concentrated form of wealth on earth. Why is this such an amazing opportunity? Because the mine is closing. So by 2020, which is really only 3 years from now, this mine is going to close, and there's not going to be hardly any more pink diamonds. We believe the prices are going to go ballistic. So it's a great opportunity to not only invest in an asset that's not going to be here anymore, but this opportunity will never, ever come again because there is no mine in existence today that produces 95% of any colored diamond. So we feel that pink diamonds right now are amongst the best investments that you could possibly make, and they could be sold in any other currency. So it's just a very exciting opportunity. The Argyle Mine, again, is so famous for these magnificent small pink diamonds, but again, they're the most concentrated form of wealth on earth. You're not going to be able to get them anymore, and Economics 101 will tell you that when demand is high for a product and supplies are low, that the prices go higher. I believe prices of certain pink diamonds are going to be off the charts ballistic, and we're extremely excited about that opportunity.
Speak with Harold, 1-800-432-1022, 1-800-432-1022. RareColoredDiamonds.com is the website. And our featured diamond of the week is a .62 carat shield cut, fancy, vivid, yellow, internally flawless. And when you think about the diamond market, you think about long-term appreciation. And with colored diamonds, they've averaged about 10 to 15% a year. A great concentrated wealth storehouse of value. Now, it's not a piece of paper or some crazy hedge fund or some crazy tax haven situation. This is an asset you can hold in your hand. It's concentrated wealth. It's a hard asset. And it's better than cash because it can be sold in currencies all around the world. In fact, as we've talked about on the show, Harold has for many years real estate in your pocket. If you needed to get out of Dodge and resettle, diamonds have done that for investors for hundreds of years. The compelling reasons to obviously invest: privacy, portability, estate planning can be passed on, as was the case with Shirley Temple, price stability, and good long-term growth. And as I always like to joke, when you walk in a room, this is the great part of investing in colored diamonds. It's a two-part investment. You have it as an investment that will obviously grow over time, and then you can wear this. You can wear this diamond out, make sure it's insured and it's cleaned and everything is taken care of. But yes, so many people wear their diamonds on a regular basis. You walk in a room and the looks you get, the feeling you get walking in that room with some of the world's most spectacular colored diamonds around you, it's just an unbelievable feeling. And as I said, as I like to joke, people don't walk in a room with a stock certificate or a bond certificate. They don't walk in a room with that on their fingers, wrists, ears, or neck, and people don't go, "Wow, what an amazing T-bill you have," or "Wow, that Briac stock you have is just outstanding." It's, "Wow, what an amazing blue diamond you have," or pink diamond, or red, or yellow, or green. That's what it's all about. And Harold, I know that your wife has over the years had some spectacular colored jewelry and has worn it to different events. And even I remember the time you were in Las Vegas. You went into a major store, and they were oohing and awing at the diamond that your wife Harriet had on. And that's something that you go into a party, you go into a store where they specialize in diamonds, and they're oohing and awing and wondering where you got it. That's just something you don't get with any other investment.
You better believe it. Again, these assets are so beautiful, and that particular diamond that you were speaking about was a magnificent orange diamond that one of my best clients and closest friends owns, and she actually took delivery of it in Las Vegas, and when they saw it at Graff's, which is the highest-end jewelry store that there is, they said that they had never seen an orange diamond as beautiful as this one. So, again, you're right, Randy. When people see these magnificent diamonds actually set in museum-quality pieces of jewelry, there's nothing in the world to describe it. And again, to own an asset like that and to see the look on your wife's face when she puts that on is just an absolute treasure. Now, in most cases, people are too afraid to wear those type of things because, let's face it, you could be wearing a ring worth hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, and some people just are not comfortable wearing them. However, when you take these magnificent loose diamonds and put them into a piece of jewelry that enhances the beauty of it, whether you wear it or not, it just is absolutely the most gorgeous thing. And you've got to get the newsletter this week and look at the report on diamonds that sold in 2016, and you're going to see diamonds that you never ever believed were possible. That's how magnificent this marketplace is.
And Harold, when it comes to investing in diamonds, his website, rarecoloreddiamonds.com, the vaults are full of museum pieces. And if there's a specific diamond you want, you can go through the website. It's like going through a museum online, seeing the world's greatest diamonds to invest in. Go to rarecoloreddiamonds.com. The website has our featured diamond of the week, a 0.62 carat shield cut, fancy, vivid, yellow, internally flawless. Spend some time looking around at the diamonds online. You can call Harold, 1-800-432-1022, rarecoloreddiamonds.com, and speak to him about investing in diamonds. And usually it gets to a point where somebody will invest in a diamond, and then they start a diamond portfolio. It almost becomes like a hobby, and it's a hobby that obviously can be very lucrative given time. It's not one of those investments where you, as the old TV commercial that was running there, buy the painting. Okay, I want to sell now. That's, as Harold has always said, that's not this investment. But you give it time with the colored diamond, and as we've seen with Shirley Temple and others, these diamonds will do well at auction in the future. And the person to speak with personally and privately about this very rare market is the man that brought this to our attention with a special report back in 2005. It was called Naturally Fancy Colored Diamonds, the Best Kept Secret. And it was a report that Harold put together. In fact, it was August of 2005, Naturally Fancy Colored Diamonds, the Best Kept Secret. He brought this market to our attention and told us about investing in colored diamonds. Back then, it was something that no one really had heard much about. The website, the fact that you would offer these online on a website, and then on top of it, colored diamonds, which was really exclusive for very, very wealthy individuals. Harold turned the market on its head by having his website, rarecoloreddiamonds.com, and then obviously going out and offering diamonds to us. The people that, not the Warren Buffetts, as Harold said, but the average everyday people who want to be able to retire, make money, and he found this as a great opportunity. And as we've seen over the last 10, 11 years at auction, it's just been simply outstanding as an investment. We're seeing record prices for colored diamonds. As the story in the newsletter says, the Asian market is about to take off in the years ahead, thanks to the millennials. And this is something, even with the Bain reports that we've had, we can send to you. Bain and Company. The Far East is going to be a driver of this market for a long, long time. You add into the fact that you have pink diamonds going away here in about 3 or 4 years from the Argyle mine, 90 to 95% of the world's pink's gone. This investment, this idea, colored diamonds in general, Harold, it just gets very, very interesting because it's unlike any other investment or market out there today where 90 to 95% of an investment will be gone, and it will be those holding those diamonds that will be dictating the price in the years to come. And that is a very exciting prospect.
You better believe it. Again, the world is changing investment-wise. Things are going to change dramatically over the next decade. We could be in a cashless society. We will be in negative interest rates. There's going to be definitely, money issues with the middle class type of thing. So it's my job to bring to you opportunities, alternative assets that are outside of the system, that are not stock and commodity related type of thing, that will give you the opportunity to do well to do well. And the fact is that that's extremely difficult to do because most people are comfortable with real estate or stocks, but in cases, and we've seen that a lot over the last decade or so, that those turned out to be disastrous investments. So we look at a much more conservative way to invest. However, we go outside of the marketplace, and we have found that the returns can be extremely high. Most of our clients are enjoying returns of over 25% a year, and then when you factor into the American dollar that we're also collecting on, it's even higher than that. So I get about 30, 40, 50 calls a week from my Canadian listeners that are just disenchanted with what they're doing and need to move ahead financially, and we've been able to help. In fact, I'm predicting that 2017 will probably be one of the best years we've ever had making money for our clients and for ourselves. So, again, I'm very, very much looking forward to 2017 and the opportunities that it's going to bring.
Speak with Harold, 1-800-432-1022. If you're in a position where you're wondering, will I be able to retire with the investments I have today, Harold will be happy to speak with you privately on the phone. The call is free, confidential, anything discussed. 1-800-432-1022. RareColoredDiamonds.com is the website. Our featured diamond of the week is a .62 carat shield cut, fancy, vivid, yellow, internally flawless. It's from the vaults of RareColoredDiamonds.com. It's a museum piece, and if you've never seen a shield cut before, take a moment during the holidays and take a peek. You will be astounded at how beautiful it is. Go to RareColoredDiamonds.com, featured diamond of the week, and get our free weekly newsletter. Harold will be happy to send it out to you by email free of charge. You'll be on the same page that we are on when we do our show every week. You can spend hours going through the material or spend 10, 15 minutes. It can be viewed on a smartphone or tablet or computer. You'll be completely up to date. And Harold, with about 30 seconds left, thank you for all your knowledge for another great year of radio shows in 2016. We'll be back in 2017, but thank you for all your knowledge. And I know that as we talked about Dan last week buying a BMW, there's a lot of people out there who have done very well by listening to our show.
Well, thank you again, Randy. I love doing the show with you. We've been partners for a long, long time in it, and we anticipate doing it for a long time further. So I want to wish everybody out there, all of our listeners, all of our clients, all of our friends, a very, very happy holidays, whether it's Hanukkah or Christmas. Very, very happy New Year. And understand that Randy and I are always there for you. You can call at any time, and I will always take your call. And our main goal is to make certain that our clients and our friends and our listeners to the show continue to do well with us in 2017 and beyond.
Thank you, Harold.
It's my pleasure, Randy. I wish everybody a wonderful weekend and a very, very profitable day.
We will talk to you in 2017. First show will be Jan 1, Sunday at 3, 2017. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate from the World Financial Report. That's it. Another edition of the World Financial Report on radio with Harold Siegel and me, Randy Marshall. We will talk to you next year.